Welcome into First Alert Weather Extra. This time last night, we had that strong line of storms impacting the area. Now the cooler weather taking over across Alabama. Still kind of breezy out there tonight, but we certainly had the strong wind gusts yesterday driving wildfires. Had over 40 active wildfires at one point across our area. Firefighters were battling blazes with 30-foot flames, according to reports from the Forestry Division there in Coleman County, but all over the place with those winds. And it's really amazing coming off of so much rain last week how quickly that the environment can become very critical when it comes to fire weather conditions. And that just goes to show we had winds this weekend, and that really dried things out. And we had several of those fires again yesterday. But speaking of the winds, I want to check in now with Matt and Mickey talking about some of those peak wind gusts that we experienced yesterday.
Well, we wanted to get started and take a look at some of the wind gusts we had. Now, Matt, this is before that line of thunderstorms, the squall line, so to speak, arrived here, and something we were talking about yesterday that, you know, such a windy day yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was a wind advisory, and that was a true definition of a wind advisory, and a lot of people were reporting it's scary, it's loud. I'm sure up here on Red Mountain, we were gone before it really got windy, but I'm sure it was really loud up here.
I was trying to have a conversation with somebody yesterday out by a house, and we had trouble hearing each other because of all the wind.
Yeah.
But there you see some of the wind gusts not related to the squall line, 58 miles per hour coming through the Birmingham area, 49 miles per hour into Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, Calera had 44, Anniston 41. I saw some reports out of Coleman County, almost about 45 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, and that, once again, before those storms even moved in. So very impressive, and of course, we had a lot of issues with those strong winds.
Yeah, we
Mickey.
did, and we talked about the wind would be the primary threat. We'd see isolated tornadoes, but they had numerous wind damage reports and some tornado reports, but this is some of the a weather app submitted photos. This is from Beverly Luther on Smith Lake. You can see the wind causing the lake to whitecap. Almost looks like you're looking out of the mini ocean out there with those whitecaps rolling through, and you can see the wind really blowing that dock there, causing it to wobble.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff. I mean, you know, if I didn't know it was a lake, I would be like, hey, is this a tropical storm making landfall? It's pretty rough out there. So thank you, Beverly, for sending that in. Here's one of those pictures because of that. This is also out of Smith Lake. Nicholas Dover sent this in. It looks like the cable sort of broke from the dock. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have to fix that up with just so much wave action. Doesn't
look like major damage, but still that's a hassle to deal with that when you come out the next day. Got some more pictures sent in. This is from Shelby Z from Warrior, Alabama. You can see that tree just busted off, a pine tree. Wasn't really uprooted. It was just kind of snapped off and fell over. And that was one of the problems, Matt. We had those down trees falling into power lines.
Yeah, and this is in that picture I just put up there. That's one of them. We've got the this one was from Chad Simmons. This is out of the Clanton area, showing that tree that fell and hit those power lines. And they went out with power for a little bit, but they said thankfully they were able to restore the power. And here's one more photo right here. This is from Adrian out of Argo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Parts of the house falling down on the truck. You know, we always ask you if you can to show us those pictures, but we do ask that you'll safely do it because a lot of times you'll get out in these down power lines.
Yeah.
You got to really be careful about those until you get the all clear from some of these power companies or they restore power. But if you can safely share any of these pictures, please do so. You'll be part of our weather team. And how do we do it, Matt?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Mickey. No, you download the WBRC First Alert Weather app, and you'll be able to see a lot of cool things on it. You just scroll down, it'll say, you'll see a camera that says submit your photos or videos here. You do it, and it just gives you instructions, and it's easy. Just best thing to do, though, let us know where you're taking the photo. Give us your name so we can give you that credit, and we love to show those photos and videos on TV, on social media, and, of course, right here on First Alert Weather Extra.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. I know a lot of people will share pictures with us on our Facebook pages, but the cool thing about that is accessible to everybody on the First Alert Weather team. So if we aren't able to show it, other people can show it, and, of course, we showed them here today on Weather Extra.
All right, and already getting some confirmation of some of the tornadoes that impacted the area yesterday. We were talking with seeing some of the chats with the National Weather Service. EF1 tornado, that was confirmed. We'll take you in for a close-up on where those tornadoes happened, and you can see all the storm reports across the area. But Chelsea Farms, that Shelby County tornado rated EF1, winds of 110 miles per hour. That's the 3-second wind gust there. You see Central Bibb to southwest Shelby County, at least EF1 there. That's the one that moved. We were talking about that went just to the south of Centerville and then towards Montevallo, and then Pickens County, Benevola Road area, EF1. And the National Weather Service continues to survey after a very active first alert weather day across the state of Alabama. Okay, let's talk about what's happening tonight. The cool weather settling in as we go to First Alert AccuTrack. And notice to the north and west, you can see there the cloud cover trying to build in areas to the north. This is where we actually have some showers happening back towards Memphis. There's some trailing energy, and some of this light rain may try to clip far north of Alabama, but this stays north of us tonight. Notice again, this is a fast moving system here, but there's another push of cooler air that's moving into our area. As we check out those First Alert weather headlines tonight, you're going to notice the breezy conditions. Certainly nothing like last night, but the winds will pick up again out of the northwest at about 10 to 15, and temperatures tumble into the 30s. That wind may keep us from having widespread frost. It'll help to mix the air out a little bit, keep those temperatures a bit elevated. So we went with lows. It's going to be cold now. Lows around 39 on average, maybe as cold as 35 in some spots to the far north. You may want to just play it safe, bring those plants in because of such the cold, chilly start early tomorrow morning. And during the day tomorrow, kind of cool. We could have a shower Saturday morning, a similar setup. We get a system that sweeps across the region, brings a few clouds, kind of a cloudy start to the day. I wouldn't cancel, though, if you have plans Saturday. Maybe you do some yard work, clean up after the storms, a yard sale, can get a walk-in the morning. Looks like any shower would be rather brief there early in the day. Rainstorms come on Tuesday. That's going to be the next big thing, the next chance of rain and storms that we'll be talking about. 7:07, the sunset time this evening. As Matt and Mickey noted, if you want to share a sunset photo with us, you can do that on the weather app. We should have some lovely final sunset photos of March 2022 this evening. The sky now mostly clear. We started off with quite overcast conditions, and as we work through those temperatures there, 50s tonight, you will need the jacket if you're going to be out and about tonight. It's noticeably cooler, and you probably noticed that already today. There's 8 o'clock tonight, 58 degrees. And in the morning as we start the day, we'll have lows right around 39. I mentioned on average. High temperatures tomorrow will be topping out in the 60s. So temperatures back in the below average range. The average highs around 71. We're talking highs in the 60s. But over the weekend, we'll see those 70s coming back. We'll show you the 7-day coming up later in the show. Here's what's on the way right here on First Alert Weather Extra. Coming up, we're talking about what's happening along the coast. If you have a trip planned, going to the mountains, we'll show you those forecasts. We go beyond the 7-day and show you how safe rooms save the family in North Alabama. You're watching First Alert Weather Extra. The Next Big Thing gives you a heads up days ahead of the next big storm system. The Next 24 gives you the most accurate and updated look at tomorrow. And the Next 60 gives you a 60-minute advantage against Mother Nature. Knowing what's next, days, hours, or minutes away, this is why we First Alert.
When we declare a First Alert Weather Day, it's all hands on deck. We're on your side and in your hand with the First Alert Weather app. While Wes and the rest of the team track changes moment to moment, the app keeps you prepared and safe with video and alerts for your neighborhood. And if the power goes out, no worries, you can stream us anywhere. It's easy and it's always on. Stay ahead of Alabama weather. Just scan and tap and have the First Alert Weather app. This is why we First Alert.
On Good Day Alabama, we treat severe weather with the highest priority. It's more than just meteorologists. Everyone plays a part. Having more reporters in more places takes you beyond the First Alert, showing you the impact that we see on radar. We're live in your neighborhood when you need us. On air, online, and on the app. That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
Our lives revolve around planning for what's next, like the next ball game.
One hot dog with ketchup? It's the same with weather. That's why we're on your side with the next big thing, the next 60 and the next 24. knowing what's next days, hours, or minutes away.
This is why we First Alert. Who puts ketchup on a hot dog?
Getting live breaking news and local updates has never been easier. That's because we're on your side with the WBRC streaming app. Need updates between newscasts? You can catch up quick here. And when we're live on TV, we're live here too. Just search WBRC on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. WBRC Fox 6 News is on your side.
All right, welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Have a trip planned. I know it was spring break for many along the coast. I've had a lot of folks ask me about the weather, places like Panama City, down around Gulf Shores. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Daniel for a look at some travel weather around the region.
All right, as we're approaching the weekend, you might still be on spring break, or you just want to have a little getaway going into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So here's a look at your travel delays for tomorrow morning. And overall, the country's looking pretty good after that system has moved on through. If you see yellows, there could be some minor delays, for instance, in parts of Denver, maybe in parts of Florida. But most of the major areas, Atlanta, the Dallas area, Miami, New York, Boston, D.C., looking pretty good. So that is some good news for any of you that plan on traveling out and about tomorrow. Of course, maybe you just want to drive on down to the Gulf Coast. Here's a look at that Gulf Coast 7-day beach forecast, and the weather's looking really nice going into tomorrow. Temperature's a little cooler though, upper 60s. Notice as we go into Saturday, there will be a little weak disturbance. It won't produce rain here locally, but there could be a shower or storm possible Saturday. So just want to give you that first alert if you're heading down towards Gulf Shores, Orange Beach. Sunday's looking wonderful, Monday's looking good, and Tuesday not so much of a case. So that's something we'll be watching. Of course, I know Wes and Jill's going to give you those updates on the next big thing, which is going to be on Tuesday. But hey, for the weekend itself, Sunday looking really nice along the Gulf Coast. By the way, to just give you an idea, water temperature is starting to warm up a little bit, near 70 degrees. And look at Friday, we're looking at a high rip current threat. The rip current threat lowers a little bit as we go into Saturday at moderate, and then as we go into Sunday, a low rip current threat. So definitely Sunday's the best day to be at the beach if you plan on traveling down there this weekend. Maybe you're not a big fan of the beach. Maybe you want to go up to the mountains. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Smoky Mountains. Looking pretty good going to the next several days. A little chilly though. It's Friday. We're looking at temperatures in the 50s, some 60s Saturday and Sunday, and then warming up Monday. But of course, as we go into the middle part of next week, lots of rain expected across a good bit of the southeast. So the weekend, if you want to go out to the mountains, take advantage of that. What about the lakes? Here's a look at your lake levels. Lake Tuscaloosa, a little bit below 6 foot, full pool, and Smith Lake a little over 3. So we're looking pretty good over the next several days if you want to go out to the lakes. So here's a look at that forecast for that. Here's a look at Lake Tuscaloosa. Lots of sunshine Friday, 68 degrees, mid-70s going into Saturday. If you're going to Smith Lake, looking great, 62 degrees Friday, upper 60s near 70 on Saturday. And at Lay Lake, we're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 60s Friday afternoon and warming up into the low to mid 70s Saturday with maybe just a stray shower possible, but generally staying dry. Have a wonderful weekend if you are going out to either the beach, to the mountains, or to the lakes.
All right, thanks a lot there, Matt. This is a live look from Orange Beach, Alabama, and a big improvement over last night. While we were dealing with a lot of severe weather, there were several tornado warnings here in Baldwin County and in parts of South Alabama. That temperature is 70 degrees, but very stable compared to what we were dealing with last night. That line of storms, by the way, that impacted us, it was rolling into Panama City right around 2 o'clock in the morning. So a lot of folks there waking up to some tornado and severe thunderstorm warnings there in places like the Walton Beach area and back towards Panama City Beach. But big improvement certainly here for the next few days. We're going to talk about the next storm system that will bring that risk of heavy rain and storms next week to our area. That is next. We'll get into it right here on First Alert Weather Extra. Stay with us.
Every morning on Good Day Alabama, we know the news that matters the most to you is the news that hits closest to home.
And we know that to tell the best story means going to where the story is. That's why having more reporters in more places is so essential.
Giving you more local stories that impact your family, your school, and your safety.
On air, online, and on the app.
That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
I hear from people all the time with questions about healthcare, their insurance, and the safety of certain treatments. I'm Morgan Hightower, and I investigate these stories because if I were being taken advantage of, or if my family couldn't get the help they needed, I would want to know how to take action. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side, getting answers, keeping you informed and safe. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Get pinpoint locations down to your street level on the First Alert Weather app. You can download by searching WBRC in your app store. That's accuracy you can plan on.
I hear from people all the time having problems with their landlord or worried about being ripped off by a bad business. I'm Josh Gann, and I investigate stories like these because if I had questions about protecting my finances or how to save more money, I would want the best advice available. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side getting answers, keeping you informed and safe. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Get First Alert weather and breaking news. Follow us on Twitter. Search at WBRC News.
Get First Alert weather and breaking news. Follow us on Facebook. Search at WBRC News.
All right, looking forward to some beautiful final March 22 sunset photos. There's a live look from our tower camera here on Red Mountain. And you know, here on Red Mountain as a meteorologist, it's really cool to kind of watch how the sun changes throughout the year. We'll see it slide further in this direction as we get closer, actually in this direction as we get closer to summertime, and then it will start moving further in that direction. But the looking back to the west here, 62 degrees. This is also one thing I want to point out. It's cooler right now. Tonight we're going to have temperatures down into the freezing range. We had the storms yesterday. If you're thinking, well, tomorrow I need to do a little yard cleanup, maybe wash the car, get some of that pollen off. Make sure if you're out there for a long period of time, it feels cool, but these sun rays in April can be very tricky. The sun's more direct, and you can end up with sunburn quickly out there this time of the year. So don't forget the sunscreen. This weekend, do a little fishing on the lake. We're going to be talking about some sunshine in that weekend forecast. Right now, the temperatures in the 60s. It is chilly. You can tell the cool weather. It is trying to hang on across Alabama. We had the clouds to start the day. Those clouds moving out. Areas to the north, you see under a frost advisory across Mississippi. Not seeing a frost advisory for Alabama. We've been watching that, and it's possible that across far north Alabama into the Tennessee Valley, there could be maybe some patchy frost in some spots, but with the winds picking up, that should help out. You know, you may want to play it safe, bring some of those sensitive plants in, but I'm not really concerned about a major frost impact or freezing temperatures for tonight. We'll watch the temperature trends, though. Check in with us tonight at 10 o'clock, but at this point, don't expect any major surprises. I feel rather confident we'll see those lows staying well above that freezing point. 9 o'clock, you can see there the models bringing that system that's bringing a few showers of Memphis across the Tennessee Valley. We could see a sprinkle out of that, but most areas were dry through tonight. And again, there's that chilly start. Notice to the north here, 36 around Center. Again, some of our colder spots, perhaps as low as 35 there around Coleman. But with the breeze picking up, that's going to be about as cold as we get. 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, still a chilly Friday, even though we'll have some sunshine. Temperatures in the 60s out there during the day. That sunny weather will help us out with comfort levels. Tonight, late tonight, the breeze picks up. I do want to point that out. Northwest wind tonight, 10 to 20 later on tonight, but tomorrow during the day, winds will be a bit lighter by the afternoon out of the west to northwest direction at 5 to 10 tomorrow. I know if you're going to be outdoors, that's what we're seeing. Certainly nothing like the winds that we saw yesterday. And then there's another disturbance. We actually took out the small chance of rain we had in the weekend forecast. It looked drier yesterday. Well, now it's back. We still see some indications in the data. We could see a fast-moving disturbance that could squeeze out a couple of showers Saturday morning. This would be brief early in the day, move through fairly quickly, and very localized, isolated. A lot of us will still be dry. If we get any of this, it's questionable whether some of that precipitation will even reach the ground. But we're putting a small 20% chance of rain in the forecast. What you need to know with respect to the next big chance of rain, that's coming in here on Tuesday. And this is what we've been talking about for a while, that next risk for heavier rain and the possibility of some strong storms. But what starts to happen during the day Monday, we start to warm up into the 70s. It's going to be a dry day, and then Monday night, well, we have rain starts building in. As the Gulf opens up, we start to get that muggy air building back into Alabama. So there will be a chance of rain, perhaps some storms Monday night and into Tuesday morning. And then this could kind of prime in the environment. That's the question mark here. Do we see the unstable air build this far north? Because it looks like we may see a boundary here that starts to move in and bring another round of rain and storms. See that there? That's going to be during the day on Tuesday, and that could be the time when we could have some strong storms, especially down into South Alabama. That's a scenario that we're monitoring. There's a little bit of data disagreement, so that's why confidence levels are a bit lower at this point, because we still have some time to watch it, but just giving you that first alert for that potential. And then we could see another round of maybe some showers and storms by Wednesday night before this all moves out next week. But this is a look at this point from the global forecast system, some of the storm fuel, the muggy air, and that buoyancy that helps to fire up and fuel those stronger thunderstorms. And you can see that the models are showing that energy is there in some spots. We're just seeing indications. It still, since it's so far out, we'll have to get a little bit closer before we can kind of lock in on where we think that greatest potential will be. But we're seeing a lot of evidence or some indications, some hints on Tuesday that risk could materialize. So that's why we have a first alert for storms, and then perhaps passing shower or storm Wednesday evening before this all moves out there. And then you can also see Thursday, we go from actually 80 degrees for a high. We start to warm up on Wednesday, and just as we start to warm up, well, we cool off. You can see that temperature drops there back into the mid to upper 60s. Meteorologist Jill Gilardi. Jill, that system yesterday, we were talking about it for a while, and this one on Tuesday, still some question marks, but any signs? I know you've been taking a look at some of the long-range data. Any indications, are we going to break out of this pattern soon? What are you seeing in some of that long-range data?
Well, certainly we're going to be cooling down initially, Wes, as we go beyond the 7 days. So next Friday, it'll be cooler than normal, kind of like similar to today, with those temperatures in the 40s to start, with some, 50s and 60s by the afternoon hours. Again, we're seeing if my clicker will work for me. I don't know if it's going to work for me. Wes, I don't know. Let me do this. How about this? Spacebar works just as well. All right, so we're going to be a little bit cooler going into the end of next week as we take a look at the forecast going into next weekend. Around the 9th and 10th, we'll have those temperatures starting to rebound, so 60s for highs, and then we'll do 70s for highs next Sunday. And then as we get into that following week, beyond the 7-day, on the 11th, it looks like we start to really warm up. Maybe a ridge of high pressure starts to develop, and we will see maybe a few showers and storms. We'll have to watch that around the 13th, 14th. But right now, looks like a slight pattern shift may be setting up again beyond the 7 days. So again, what we're going to be seeing is a dip in the jet stream. So that would mean cooler temperatures as we go into next weekend. And then we'll be watching again that jet stream lift northward, and that would mean warmer temperatures for us. But what you'll notice is where's all the instability setting up across the Midwest. So that's where, there could be some severe weather going into the 11th and the 12th. And we'll have to see if eventually that boundary meets up with moisture and we see some storms develop around the 13th, 14th. So that's kind of what we're watching, but not seeing as strong as a signal as we've seen with these past two events, and actually the next event too. We'll be watching that. Again, let's hope that we'll start to turn for the better. That's looking beyond the 7-day forecast.
All right, Jill, and it was a stormy night, not only for our area last night, but all of Alabama. Wait until you see this story out in North Alabama as a family seeks shelter in one of the safe rooms. We talk about those tornado safe-proof rooms many times. We're going to show you that story right after this as we continue.
Getting live breaking news and local updates has never been easier. That's because we're on your side with the WBRC streaming app. Need updates between newscasts? You can catch up quick here. And when we're live on TV, we're live here too, giving you more ways to get caught up with everything happening where you live. Plus, exclusive videos from your First Alert weather team. It's easy to use and it's free. Just search WBRC on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. WBRC Fox 6 News is on your side.
You've got enough to worry about every day. That's why the First Alert Weather Team is on your side, so you can plan with confidence and take the worry out of weather. With exclusive First Alert AccuTrack, we pinpoint storms before they arrive. And with Weather Every 6, you are always informed. Alabama's weather changes fast, but we're working even faster, updating and alerting you first. We know your plans are important. This is why we First Alert.
Every morning on Good Day Alabama, we're on your side, trying to get you where you're going safely. First Alert Traffic updates you on slowdowns and gives you alternate routes. Having more reporters covering the roads you drive on gives you even more info to help you know more about why it happened and when it will be cleared. On air, online, and on the app. That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
I get calls and emails all the time from people wanting to know how cities, counties, and the state are spending their tax dollars. I'm Jennifer Horton, and I investigate how your tax dollars are being used because I don't want your money or mine wasted or fraudulently spent by politicians in power. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side, following the paper trail, asking the tough questions, and giving you the facts. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Well, after all the active severe weather that we had yesterday across our state, this story from our sister station WAFF shows you why safe rooms are so important.
Out of nowhere, so I run back in there and shut the door. And I was in there and shut the door, it hit. And within 3 seconds, it was gone. And then when I went to open the door, we couldn't get out.
The family was trapped but safe inside their safe room in Central Heights last night, just 2 weeks after it was installed.
Who had their hand on you last night?
God.
Chris Benson's son was almost killed in tornado-like conditions when he was just 5.
Running into the house and it about sucked him out of the door. Well, ever since then, it's changed this little boy's life.
Now at 8 years old, he's experiencing his close call with severe weather again.
One of the cameras was in here, and I couldn't stop watching it just tear down. It got me real bad.
Neighbors came to the rescue.
You see how that's laid on top of it? We had to go under all of that and come out the back side of it.
What is this recovery process going to look like for you?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot because it's got my house. I mean, I've got holes on top of my house.
Although a long road of recovery is ahead, the Bensons are thankful to be alive today.
And if it was not for the safe room, I don't know where we'd be.
Kaylee Schuyler, WAFF 48 News, on your side.
Again, Kaylee Schuyler reporting there. That community, Central Heights, is in Lauderdale County. That's far northwest of Alabama, but also North Alabama, our area, and then along the Gulf Coast. This was a statewide high-impact event that moved across our state last night. We're going to be watching next week for the potential for some stormy weather on Tuesday. Temperatures in the 70s. Could see a little bit more rain on Wednesday. Again, it's not a definite on the possibility of severe weather. We're still watching it, but just be ready. We're giving you that first alert, and we will keep you well informed if we notice anything that points in the direction of increased severity with that system on Tuesday. We've got you covered with updates tonight coming up on your side at 9, 9:30, and 10 on WBRC Fox 6 News. Be sure to join us.